Clem though, with updates with Denver versus Ziggy as they come. So let's kick off into this. We're going to be seeing this TvP getting started on Port Alexander. This was the map Rotti won in that series that I was just talking about when I said he played against Clem in one of my tournaments recently, and he was able to win a map. That was on Port Alexander, actually. So let's see what happens. The bottom right side, our purple Protoss player is RotterdaM. And to the top left, the red Terran player, this is Clem from XCD Sports. What's up, Namshar? Thank you for the 14-month resub. Happy birthday, you absolute legend. Thank you so much for the 14 months, Namshar. I appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much. I'm going to get you a balloon after the game. Stay tuned if you don't have to go and play more StarCraft. Thank you so much, though. I really appreciate it. And a donation. Holy macaroni. $100 from Slozzer. An absolute legend in the chat as well. Donates very regularly and is always around. Dude, thank you so much, Slozzer, for the $100 donations. It says, happy birthday, my man. Wow. Well, now we're partying. Drinks on me tonight, guys. Drinks on me tonight. Thank you so much, Slozzer, for the $100 and Namshar for the 14 months. Much love, guys. I can't go on about it too much because we're not meant to overstress donations and subs during the IEM matches. So, I'll say thank you again when we're between games, but thank you so much, dude. That's absolutely legendary of you. As actually, Ziggy just picked up game number 1 against Denver there. So, Ziggy going 1-0 up in that best of 3. Just as a quick update to you guys. Again, we're just trying to give you guys as updated as possible when it comes to these qualifiers, matches that are happening, and just what's going on in general. So, yeah. Anyways, this TvP gets going with a fairly regular expand from RotterdaM, at least in the early stages, getting that Nexus and the Cybercore coming up. On the other side of the map, the Reaper expansion from Clem is looking pretty regular too, and he's going to throw down the factory here in the main base to keep this going. Did I actually update my stream title to RotterdaM versus Clem? I did not. Let's do that now. Boom! RotterdaM versus Clem. Alright, so Roddy versus Clem here as we see the factory starting up in the main base, getting that going. And we are just going to be seeing the Stalker being chrono boosted out to come across through the center. So Stalker coming across through the center. Going to be seeing that warp gate on the way in from RotterdaM as well. So getting that set up. I mean, as usual, right? It's nothing crazy here from Roddy is what I'm trying to say and what I'm trying to express. Factory is about to finish up here as the Reaper is going to pick off the probe. And we are going to be seeing the factory just going to jump down onto the reactor, and the rack's going to move away to the side. Starport drops down as well, and again you're going to be seeing that probe being chrono boosted right now from RotterdaM with that Stargate coming through. I mean, it's Roddy, right? You wouldn't expect a Roddy game without some Phoenix, would you? So going to be going into this as you do have the well, Reaper just trying to come in here. The Stalker is going to deny the command center again. That's 2 SCVs now killed. Stalker needs to recall or it's going to die, and it looks like it will just die. He gets some damage onto the Reaper and a shot onto the Hellion as well. Another Stalker shows up. But honestly, again, if the Hellion's here, it really becomes a situation where the Stalker just doesn't survive this fight. Reaper goes down, but then what? I mean, the Hellions, well, again, they could just chase it down. The Stalker's not fast enough to escape the Hellions. There's a good delay on the initial CC, but losing the Stalkers was maybe just a little bit of an issue there. It was maybe just a little bit more than what Roddy bargained for. Medevac on the way up here, going to be popping out shortly. The Stalker popping out from Roddy as well. As these couple of units gathering up down on the low ground here at the moment. So getting that underway. As we are going to be seeing this Medevac is going to be setting on up. And Clem will get across the map to deal a little bit of damage. So he has 4 Hellions and 2 Marines. So here we go. Heading down to the bottom right-hand side. See what's going to happen here as the Hellions and the Medevac coming down to the bottom right. As you see a couple Stalkers from Roddy just hanging out the front, ready to defend. The Hellions coming over here from Clem, getting ready to run up this ramp and in towards this natural expansion. Here we go, a couple of Marines unload. The Stalker's going to be here to defend. The Hellions will lift up Phoenix number 1. Only lifts up 1 Phoenix Hellion so they can get rid of the kind of potential to actually get the damage done, I guess. Going to be seeing a little bit of a lack of unity really from Roddy. The Phoenix into the main base will get the next Hellion. The shield battery's kept a lot of probes alive, honestly. Wow. Was that a 2-probe defense? Holy macro. And one of these probes died on the map because otherwise we'd be seeing a worker notification tab. That was one worker killed. Let's just recap that quickly. Hellions come in the main, but the shield battery does the majority of the healing. No, the Hellions didn't target fire properly, so there was no one-shotting workers. Then the Phoenix came in and shut them down, lifting up the second Phoenix, the second Hellion there. Meant there was only 2 left on the ground. Then they can't one-shot, so the shield battery keeps it alive. And the natural expansion of Stalkers were there as well, so he was also able to have a similar defense. Not really the same situation. The shield battery didn't have to do much healing, but just had the units there in position. What a defense that was. That was absolutely crazy, as we're going to be seeing the couple of Phoenix coming in and picking up some SCVs. Roddy is putting himself into a hell of a position right now with that early game defense. What a way to get this going. You're going to see those units coming through over to the right. We see the third Nexus from Roddy does drop down, although the Hellion picks off the probe that's building it. And that's pretty much the last probe that this Hellion will get, because the Phoenix are on the hunt, and Roddy's Phoenix never miss a shot. Boom, Hellion goes down. And we are going to be seeing the engineering base starting up behind the mineral line, so Clem can go into his 1-1 upgrades now, looking for that bio-base transition into the mid-game with the extra racks coming down. He has the tanks up so he can stay safe on the 2 bases initially, but again, with the engineering base, the stim pack and combat shields getting ready to start, this is going to be a big switch up now. We might even see the racks, one of them going onto this tech lab, and yeah, the factory going to move away to make Widow Mines. Generally, when you make tanks in TvP, a lot of the time it is only for the first kind of little while you set up on the 2 bases. And while you get set up on the 2 bases, you go into that setup, but then it kind of changes up as you continue through. We see another tank sieging up on the low ground there now then. As the Robo-Bay finishes up over in the main base, Marines coming over and pushing those Phoenix away out down through the south side. And those Phoenix are going to head back to the bottom right-hand corner here and going to go and get hidden away. So again, Phoenix doing a little bit back and forth at the moment. We see the 1-1 upgrades coming up, the stim pack and the combat shields as well. Clem continue to get this going as we see those Phoenix from Roddy coming in towards the upper left-hand side. And they are going to be seeing what they can do as a few Marines coming over to the side of the main. You're going to be seeing the Phoenix just obviously trying to deal some damage here to the CC already. Just again being annoying more so than anything else. I mean, may as well deal 3 damage if you're given it, right? That's even minerals that can be used to, that have to be used to repair, for example. An SCV goes down here. Yeah, again, I mean, I guess that's kind of low. And, if he doesn't repair it, maybe it can become a pick-off later on if Roddy does get a push going towards that third base. So that's definitely a possibility here as we see Stalkers, Immortal, and a Colossus gathering up. The Phoenix coming back as well. Actually, still flying through the center as Clem. Well, he'll relocate his siege tanks now, of course. He's about to get into that very strong position for the Terran player, though. He's about to get stim, combat shields, and 1-1 upgrades. Those are all upgrades here from Clem that are going to be huge for him in terms of continuing in this game. As Roddy with the Phoenix now comes in and just gets another couple of SCVs at the moment. And we are going to be seeing Clem just kind of dancing around his third base at the moment here, looking to see where he can maybe go. Thinking about maybe fighting, but if he goes across the map, there's going to be Colossus in play. And this Phoenix kind of setup, he's going to get the Viking kill. That's really nice, because every Viking's going to matter when it comes to trying to deal with Phoenix Colossus. If you build Vikings at all, we did see Maru the other day getting away without any Vikings. So it is possible to do that. We see this Raven in the front is going to be a huge pick-off for Roddy as well. If he can get it, and he does get it. The Raven goes down without anything done. No anti-armor missile, no interference matrix, which could have been huge here. Widow Mine's lifted up already. Now the siege tank's getting lifted too, so the Colossus can push in easily. You see the Phoenix, though, have taken some real beatings here, but the units on the ground will be able to push through this, and Roddy will clean up the tanks, will clean up all of the Widow Mines, and will have a couple Phoenix to chase away. Gets another medevac as well. There's really not much left here. The Colossus continue to chase him. Roddy with double Stargate, rebuilding those Phoenix 2 at a time, and Roddy has run this fight. One thing he doesn't have really is upgrades. Those couple of Widow Mines there will chase him away. He also doesn't have an Observer with this. But Roddy now building 2 Colossus and 2 more Phoenix. And again, rebuilding that Phoenix count. Going to be big for him now as he goes into Fleet Beacon looking for Anion Pulse Crystals too. Help him deal with Liberators and so on from a bit of a distance. Still needs to deal with these couple of Widow Mines. Obviously doesn't really want to give up the Phoenix for it. Flies in though. And will give up one. So a little bit of a shame there, a bit of a mistake. I mean, anything would have been better than Phoenix, I think, even the Stalker. Because obviously he wants this Phoenix count to be quite high. Liberators coming across the map, though, are going to attack. So these Liberators coming around to harass the Phoenix are going to go and chase those down. As the Nexus is going to be placed down on the 4th base as well. There's a drop in the main base, too, so Roddy now has to respond in a couple different locations. He is going to recall the Colossus in here, although the Colossus is very close to the drop. So one Colossus goes down right away, as the Phoenix are going to chase down the Liberators at least. So minimal damage dealt by the Liberators, but the drop definitely being somewhat successful as the Stalkers. Well, they don't have Blink, so all they can do is target down one medevac. Then they're pretty much done, although he gets the other medevac low, so then he can lift up these Marines on the Phoenix, and he can actually pick the rest of this off without any further losses. Roddy's still holding a supply lead, which is very, very, very good for a Protoss player here. I mean, against the Terran to have a supply lead is actually kind of incredible. Remember, though, his upgrades will be trailing behind. The 2-2 upgrades from Clem are going to be halfway done now. So while they're not done for this next fight, that is something to keep in mind for the future, that Roddy will be fighting without upgrades, and that could have a very negative effect on his army. He needs an Observer. If he has an Observer, these Widow Mines go down. Oh, he actually splashes that Widow Mine with the Colossus. That's quite nice. You can see the other probe giving up his life here just to set off that Widow Mine for now. Still feel building one Observer might be a bit easier, but the Observer is on its way over. And there's just nothing to deal with these Colossus. All the medevacs have died, so Clem has to rebuild medevacs. Means he can't focus on rebuilding Vikings, which is kind of what you want here. The Phoenix even feeling confident enough to jump on into this. The Colossus will protect against the Marines, and Roddy is picking up more and more at the moment. Continue to push himself into one hell of a position. By units gathering in on the ramp. Still these Colossus, still these Phoenix getting set to go. And we do have this army getting ready to press forward here now. Medevac's loading up. The Marauder or two going to get added in as well. Big drop from Clem as Roddy might just push forwards here. Now that Clem drop though, I mean, at least Roddy has a recall, so he could recall back. What does Clem do now? Clem turns around, he realizes that he's not going to be able to base trade it in time. As here we go, going to see these SCVs taking a lot of damage. Well, Marauders coming in from the right side. I don't think Roddy was really prepared for that. Needs to lift the Marauders to minimize the damage on the Colossus here. Roddy's losing a lot. The Phoenix will still survive this, but I mean, very little left over for those Phoenixes. They've left up a couple more Marines. They're out of energy as well, so those Phoenix can't do much more. He did kill S16 SCVs, though. It's just those Marauders are absolutely deadly to the Colossus, especially on the surround. The Phoenix were on the bottom left when the Marauders came from the top right, so they couldn't lift up right away. So 2 Colossus died very quickly there, and that's what allowed Clem to get such a head start in that fight and to make it so good for him, even though it still is, I mean, a winnable position for Roddy, especially with the worker count. Roddy is absolutely killing that. Oh my god, there's no Marines in this drop. Oh no! Medevac's just going to go down. Now these Marauders will be picked away at for free as well. It takes Phoenix a little while to kill those as though. That is a Widow Mine there. I'm going to ignore that for a moment or so. Shield battery goes down, but that will be it. And again, the Phoenix with the mass lift up. With the help of the cannon, will clean this up. Now having to come down to the bottom side, as Colossus are being kited away from this little bit of an army. Vikings coming in too. There still isn't many Marines, so realistically you can come in here and just lift the Marines up, and then the Phoenix will chase down not just the Viking, but all of the Medevacs, and once again the Medevac count is going to be reset to pretty much absolutely zero, never mind pretty much. Roddy now going to chase down another Viking, and again the answers to the Colossus are getting killed off here time and time again. Roddy still pressing forwards, lifting up more of these Marauders that are retreating. Again, that's huge because now the Colossus can focus and just deal their damage. I mean, again, 2 Vikings, what are they meant to actually do here? One gets picked off instantly, and SCVs are under fire once again. Roddy takes a 5th base behind it as he presses in towards this mineral line. The Orbital Command is in a lot of trouble here, as we're going to be seeing the Viking goes down. The SCVs will repair, but, I mean, the SCVs are slowly being shaved away themselves. Another Viking going down here, and Roddy is still making this happen. In game number 1 against Clem, he's 150 supply to 87, and Clem coming in now. He has an EMP for the Phoenix. That's huge with those ghosts. Really needs to keep this. As we keep those EMPs, and really needs to hit those Phoenix, because losing the energy on those means he can't actually get the value you want to. And it actually takes away the effectiveness of the Phoenix lifting up Marauders, etc., which is kind of one of the big points of them. +3 attack is about to finish up from Clem. Phoenix coming over to the left-hand side now from RotterdaM. Coming all the way over to this left-hand side as you see the Planetary Force is about to finish up, and boom, jumps straight in. Is able to get a few of these SCVs already. I mean, there's only a missile turret here to defend, so what are you meant to do as Clem? Another 11 workers go down just like this. He loses 1 Phoenix, Roddy, but he's got so much economy that he really doesn't care at the moment. This Phoenix going to pull back away through the south side, and again, back up to the center now, going to join up with the Colossus here and a couple of Immortals. And he's going to get ready to try and press in towards this Orbital Command. So, getting ready to press into this right now. And again, the Phoenix, the Colossus, all gathered up together. Ready to press forwards. Again, a couple of Disruptors on the way out now from Roddy as well, so getting those going. And also has triple robo, so he's getting disruptors and an immortal mixed in. Probably just says, hey, you know what, I think I've got enough Colossus right here. So they laser down 5 Marines instantly. Not bad at all. Scan comes in as the Phoenix still moving out. And then just going to be coming over. We see EMP is dodged by Roddy. Turns the Phoenix around as the EMP is misplaced. And there's only one other goes. Okay, a few more about to join the fray again, but I have to be careful about it. Phoenix coming over, looking for, again, just a whole bunch of these SCVs. Mule goes down as well. Tons of damage being done here, actually. 8 workers, 9 workers killed. Again, a fantastic job of this so far. EMP lands on half of the Phoenix. EMP on the other few. Disruptor shot coming in. Doesn't connect. A little bit too far away when it initially fires. As we are going to be seeing this army coming through. Another disruptor shot to chase it away. The Viking kind of a bit scarier than it has been before now. Roddy maxed out, waiting for another couple Phoenix to join the fray here. And, well, Vikings getting some Colossus damage here right away. Disruptors go down without doing anything. 2 Disruptors in the background, though, will come through, and they will fire, and they will clean up everything on the ground with the help of the Colossus. And the Vikings will go down to the Phoenix. And now there's nothing to shut down this Colossus army. Now this Colossus army will just press forwards. There is a Phoenix with a lift, and it does lift that ghost up. And Clem types out GG RotterdaM. Going to game 2 of RotterdaM versus Clem. To the top right-hand side, our purple Protoss player up a map is RotterdaM. Up against the red Terran in the bottom left-hand side from XE Esports, this is Clem. Roddy man is making things happen out here. Hype, hype, hype. Really, really sick. Really, really awesome. As we get this rolling. 2,000 viewers as well. Hello, everyone. People watching Roddy take names here today. As we keep this rolling. What's up, Fetsy? How you doing in the chat? Thanks for dropping by, buddy. How's everyone doing? Hope you're all good. This is game number 2 right now between RotterdaM and Clem. As we set up with RotterdaM top right, Clem bottom left, Cerulean full our battleground to see who will be taking this game 2. Roddy looking to take the 2-0 win. To advance through, who would Roddy end up against in the next round, actually? Let me do a refresh on the bracket. Bracket refresh! So on the top side, Special is still playing. Sandro DeMarga there. RotterdaM would play potentially Strange if he advanced here. Okay. Whole bunch of matches ongoing, by the way, guys. Snoot is waiting for an opponent. There's a whole bunch of stuff going on. Honestly, this bracket is so full, it's difficult to keep up with everything that's happening. We're just going to do our best of jumping into matches when we find them. It's more so a case of when we find cool matches, we'll cast them more, rather than, we'll wait for certain matches in a big bracket like this. It just makes the most sense, so... yeah, that's what's currently ongoing. Yeah, we'll kind of follow Roddy through for the moment, and then we'll probably switch up the bracket and the sort of section of the bracket that we're casting for after this game. But we will see. Are we having the green balloon discussion again? Yeah, my webcam is a little bit white balance broken, so it is green. It's just on the webcam it looks a little bit more blue. I would sub, but I don't want to be a balloon. Well, honestly, what? I would offer you to not be a balloon if you sub, but I also just feel like you're missing out, because I think you don't understand. Balloon life's a fun life. You just get to frolic around in the background of the stream with your other balloony buddies. It's a pretty great life, if you ask me. Anyways, Command Center finishing up, and it's a concussive shell opening from Clem. The 2 Marauders are very good at applying pressure early game, and if any units from Roddy get a little bit too adventurous, they can very quickly grab a unit. And can obviously slow that down and stop it from kiting away. We do see the stim pack getting started here from Clem as well. So getting that stim pack started up. With that blink starting in from Roddy as well. And this is looking good for him at the moment, as again we see the Marauders and a Marine just coming through the center of the map. Clem getting this across to the top side. So Clem going for a little bit of aggression here, as we are going to be having Again, I mean, you look for maybe a Stalker kill or so, but with the shield battery here, you should be able to stay safe as Roddy. Good defense, actually. Doesn't want to chase the Marauders too far, though, but he does kill one of them, which is actually really good. And now, actually, the Marauder's probably dead. Wow, Roddy, perfect defense here. I mean, he's going into Twilight Council, so it makes sense for him to have a lot of Stalkers because he's going Blink, and he does kill these units with very minimal damage taken. As we see Roddy pulling back up here, looking to get healed up a little bit, and to go from this now. See what he can do. Again, the few Stalkers just gathering up on the natural. Going to be seeing Probe dropping down the low ground. Double Forge from Roddy on the way up right now. So getting that Double Forge up and running. Meanwhile, a Blink upgrade coming in from RotterdaM as well. Again, as we mentioned that before, he's just going to go into what has been a Zealot Stalker kind of heavy pressure style. That's something that Roddy has done recently. We've seen a good amount of actually from him. So excited to see a little bit more of it as we set up into this here. And we get this going. What's the hype for Roddy in the chat? Great to see you guys, but don't forget Clem is such an awesome player too. It'd be cool just to have a fun series between these guys. It'd be awesome whoever advances. As we again get this kicking off. So you've seen this Marine is just having a little bit of a look around, trying to spot anything coming across. Misses the Stalkers though. Right, he's straight into charge behind this. I tell you what, he's added on. He's up to 3 gates. He's going to 5, 6 gates on the 2 bases. So Roddy actually going to be very aggressive and have a lot of units before moving in towards a 3rd. Against this Biostyle Clem, Roddy needs to get out of there. He cannot fight this with just the Stalkers right now. Needs the Zealots as well. Now Clem, the good thing about this for Roddy is that Clem's army is not supported by Medivacs or anything just yet. And these Stalkers are meant to be able to buy time, though, for some stims, and they're not really doing a great job of that just yet, if I'm going to be honest. I mean, there's just so much bio that just stimming at it. Stalkers have to blink away pretty much right away. Roddy with a few units still gathering up in the center, and another Stalker coming up on the natural expansion as well. Zealot still gathering up here, the Sentry too. Combat Shield is about to complete from Clem, so getting that finished up, obviously going to be very good for him as well. Is Roddy theoretically allowed to play and cast the event if he can qualify? I kind of get the feeling that he's not. I kind of get the feeling that he'd probably have to play the tournament because, well, how is he meant to cast? Maybe they would be able to get him on and just hire him for the days that he doesn't have to play or something. That is a real possibility. I don't know what they would do, actually. I actually don't know. We had this discussion at WCS one time where Roddy's like, I'd love to play in a WCS, but I wouldn't be able to cast. And we were like, well, Roddy, why didn't you play day 1 of a WCS and just cast day 2 and 3? And it's like, well, you know, that'd be kind of fun. But I don't think the Blizzard want to pay me for a weekend and not only have me cast in 2 days. So, yeah. Unfortunately, seems to be the case. Anyways, we see units coming back down to the bottom left from Clem. Roddy pressing forwards. I mean, he has 1-1 upgrades. He has a ton of gates, remember, as well. He just doesn't... Okay, he has a gate to the bottom side to actually warp in from. So here we go. Zelda going to charge in, but the Stalkers missed their blink a little bit here. SCV is already pulling into this. Clem is essentially giving up workers to survive with enough army to make this effective. Honestly, so many SCVs already gone down. Clem, I mean, he's tucked himself away into a corner here. Force field will come down to help Roddy back away until another set of units come in. I mean, Roddy's already killed 27 workers. More Zealots warping in right now, but 27 SCVs down. Roddy has a little bit of a lack of army. That's the biggest issue for him at the moment. He still has good upgrades. 1-1 soon to be against 1-1 of Clem. You know, he has obviously blink and charge. But this is where the bio player generally tends to excel. Can Roddy make this happen? It's very close. It's very close. Here we go. Zealots setting up. They're going to see the Stalkers coming forwards. I kind of wanted to run on in there, but doesn't get the chance just yet. It's just a tough position. I don't think you can run into this. And Roddy, he's going to take a fight now. He's more out in the open. He's going to pick off what he can. The Widow Mine's definitely going to be a big threat here, and Roddy uses the Widow Mines as a chance to back away. Going to be able to pick off a Marauder. Still, these Stalkers, obviously, they can blink away a bit more easily. Clem just has so much army supply. Now, Roddy, he does have a Temple Archives about to finish, so potential to go in towards a couple of other bits and pieces here. He's going to try and blink in for the Medivac. He gets it, but again, it's costing him a lot of Zealots in the meantime. Roddy's going to have to pull away up the right, and he's just going to type out GG. For the workers killed, there's just going to be way too much army left over from Clem, and Clem takes... As we have got to the bottom right side, our purple Protoss player, this is Clash RotterdaM. And at the top left-hand side, the red Terran player, we have Clem from XCD Sports. And in fact, you have Viralist for the Twitch Prime sub for 2 months. Big fan of that. Appreciate it again. If you guys do appreciate the content, if you're enjoying the cast and you want to support, obviously subscribe and donate and share, and you guys know how it works. It's all good, and it all definitely works out. Did I just manage to run an ad break and not actually run the ads? I am so clever. I am literally incredible sometimes. Aye, aye, aye. That's because we're on a 3-minute stream delay and I did a 2-minute break, so I got confused. Aye, aye, oh well. So we're getting towards the point where there's only a couple matches left for a couple of players, but, well, we'll see how it goes. Again, we're keeping an eye on Real M-Lord to jump in over on the side screen. That's definitely something we want to get in on. Basically, we're collecting replays over there, which should allow us to go into a, few games after the stream, or after the tournament wraps up. We can bring you some more action and just see how those games played out, basically, is the idea. So that's all happening as we get this going. An SCV probe moving around the map. Let's talk about this TvP and let's focus up on this as we get this underway. Command center dropping down on the natural, factory coming through, and a reactor dropping down on the barracks as well, so getting set up into this at the moment. Nexus comes in over on the natural expansion. There's that probe from Roddy. Hops up to the high ground, and, well, deeper raising is going to be able to block that off. The Reaper comes through and will be able to kill this probe, so probe goes down just like that. And Reaper going to be coming down to the bottom right to see what he can do. Try and deal a little bit of damage. The Nexus coming up on the natural expansion, so that's going to be completing in a moment or two as well. Reaper turned away by the Stalker. As you see, the factory going to drop down, and a couple of Hellions on the way out, with a starport on the way down. Barracks will build up a tech lab. And Roddy, once again, is going to go for that Twilight Council opening. Intrigued to see what he does this time around as we get this going. Reaper moving out in towards the center, pulling away just a little bit there. Couple of Wooden Mines on the way out from Clem. So again, factory racks and the starport all getting set up right now. Clem getting that going for himself. These couple of Hellions are going to keep on coming down towards the bottom right-hand side. So Clem looking to apply a bit of pressure here. The Reaper grenade dropping down and doing a little bit of damage there. As we're going to be seeing this Reaper picking its way through a probe, already getting one kill there. And going to go for more as well, as that other probe is also going to drop. Job well done so far. 2 workers killed. Very nicely done, actually. It's going to be seen. Reaper gets a 3rd worker. Oh, Roddy. That's not good. And that is not good. Roddy takes a bunch of damage here early on, as we do see there's a blink. On the way up, then, that's going to be Chrono boosting out at the moment. You've seen the Stalker is continuing to warp in. Blink continue to come through, and the Robo coming down. And Roddy might just go a little bit less all in with the Blink last time, which is kind of what we saw last time around, was a little bit different. So it's Real Calazur, sorry, that we're getting into. I thought it was Real M-Lord for some reason. It's Real Calazur. Yeah, I was looking at M-Lord on the bracket, that's why. We'll get into Real Calazur, though. I'm down for that. Meanwhile, I think Namshar and Nitix are currently playing as well. The winner of that will play Marine Lord, and maybe that's something we could jump into depending on when this series ends. Again, it's just going to be a case of figuring that out. But Widowmine drop comes in, and very well dealt with by Roddy. Only 2 workers lost, as we do see Widowmine in the main base, though. That's where the damage comes through. 6 workers going down, and Roddy is allowing himself to take some damage here in game number 3. So Roddy really allowing himself to take some damage here. As you see, combat shields and stim pack on the way up. Factory will start up the reactor. Starport going to build a reactor as well. And you see the Nexus on the 3rd base getting going. Observer moving away from the natural expansion to pull him back just a little bit, and just going to be seeing the, again, reactors coming through. So the full setup from Clem on 2 bases is about to be good to go. And he doesn't have a 3rd command center yet, so I wonder if Clem's plan is to go in towards a 3rd base, or whether he just wants a 4th and 5th barracks to really apply pressure and try and 2 base all in here. I like Roddy taking the base down to the south side. A lot of the time, bases up here get really heavily punished by these rocks and siege tank positions on them. So I really like the idea of instead expanding down to the bottom and taking the third base here instead. Obviously, it comes with its own set of problems, but I do think the base of the top side has a lot of issues in terms of trying to defend. Good usage of the Widow Mine. Gets a Stalker in the end that was warping in to deal with it. No probes, and obviously denied some mining time, though. The other Stalker's just poking around the front. There is the third CC, so Clem will go into that before 4th and 5th racks. So there's our answer. He's not looking to straight up win the game if there's 5 racks pressure. He's looking to play a third CC. But he will have some pressure going in with the medevacs about to pop out, etc. He will be able to push across the map and perhaps start to get a little bit of damage done here and there. Just going to be seeing those few Stalkers out in the center as we see the Observer overhead. RotterdaM just hanging around in this. We're just keeping an eye on everything that's going on. What's up, Children Jedi? Thank you for the 13 months. Stalker's able to pick off a Marine already. No, doesn't quite get it. There we go. Gets it now. So Stalker does pick off a Marine. Stalker's going to continue running away down to the bottom right. Disruptor's being chrono boosted out here. As we do see Widow Mines taking a couple shots, but I mean, again, Roddy just not perfect micro, right? I mean, he has very little army supply now. Oh, the Immortal's on the wrong side of everything. I mean, his shield getting popped so early. Now Widow Mines are coming in. They burrow up. The Disruptor will not hit anything. Okay, he turns around to the Widow Mines at least, so it's something, but really not pretty here for Roddy, who just took damage early. He's been losing a couple of units here and there, and this push from Clem is going to be a little bit too much. Game is called, and Roddy unfortunately falls apart a little bit.